welcome back. I'm Rachel Estabrook. Coming up, I'm going to be sitting down with my very good friend Monique Rance, hairstylist, fellow union artist. She's going to give us the whole spiel from her owning a salon to her and where she stands today in the industry. She's got a lot to share. This is a long one, but if you're willing to sit through it, I am telling you, it is worth it. So stay tuned. Monique.
Rachel.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I am very excited to have you. This feels like I'm just literally sitting with one of my best friends, just like hanging out. And I haven't even gotten to see you in a minute. So this is like a whole special treat for me.
I'm excited.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for coming all the way and with your fun socks. She's
orange for Rachel.
She didn't come to play. Yeah, no, very good with this. Monique, how long have we known each other?
Oh my God.
It's been
like over 5 or more years?
It feels like that, 100%. We met on Elf when it came to Madison Square Garden, which was crazy. I got that job kind of on a whim. Did you? Was that like random when you got that?
It was really on a whim. Like I got a call like, hey, are you interested? And I was like, yes.
Yes, I would love
Days to get in the union.
Right, no. Oh my God, right, because you weren't, well, neither was I actually either.
No, we weren't in the union.
I wasn't really thinking about it though. I was one of those, when it came to the union, I was like, because I wasn't 26 yet, and that's when my insurance drops off. So I was like, I need to get in this union before my insurance leaves because I wanted all the bennies, but I didn't. There was no push for me to get into it until then. So
no, I totally was like, I got to get in this union.
You needed it, right?
Yeah.
You were like pile driving to do it, which was super
because I wanted to do TV and movies. That was like my goal, but I was working a lot of Broadway.
You were okay, but when I first met you before Elf, did you do any Broadway before then?
Yeah, I did Lion King.
You did? Yeah, you were doing hair on Lion King.
Yes.
And then, I mean, for those that don't know, your daughter was also young Nala way back when. What year was that she played young Nala?
Oh my God, that was like 6 years ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she was there for a year.
Did you love it? Was that like a whole...
Oh my God, it opens my world.
That was like...
It was just like... Yeah. That's what really pushed me into getting into the industry.
Oh, really? That's hilarious.
That's what happened. And I met Adenike.
Yes, you met, okay, because I never got to meet her.
You never met Adenike?
No, I wasn't.
Even when she came to Once on This Island?
Nope, I wasn't there either. Remember, I came into Once on This Island working with you way later on. It was like Endgame type deal. And even Lion King, I got in that, God, it had to be 2014. I started working there.
And she was gone already.
Yeah, so I was later in the game. And then, so we both are Lion King alum. And I mean, do you still sing present day here and there?
Really.
Not really. Same either.
I'm just going to put this out there.
She would love to.
I would love to.
She would love to. She would nail it.
I would
Well, that
love
actually is a very good segue because, I mean, from us meeting at Elf, working there, me getting to know you, to building, and we kind of kikied, and we clicked off the bat. We clicked pretty much off the bat where I knew, like, this woman is hilarious, so kind, very hardworking. And first and foremost, mainly though, you knew what you were doing. Because I kind of came into it doing hair, and you're a hair woman. You own a salon. I want to talk about that as well. But it's like, I was like, do you want to help me do these wigs? Because like,
but you nailed it. Like everything that we need to do,
Elf.
You nailed it.
It was Elf.
You nailed it. Like
that was the show to make me be okay on hair.
Like I didn't really have to teach you anything. You pinned the wigs on great. You were like
that I can do, which is so weird. It's like when it comes to hair, like don't put me on no period show when they're like, oh, this really intricate updo and like I'll be like, oh well, okay. I will not be able to be the one. Even like a really dope blowout, something like I can't, and like certain textures I'm not even like knowing as much like. But if somebody teaches me something over and over, which you have on many shows, being like, do that, and I will do it. But it takes a minute to get there. You have that education and knowledge.
Well, I taught you how to do a head wrap.
You did teach me how to do a head wrap.
And you nailed it.
But guess what? If we did it right here today, free ball, and I'd be like, no. I guess a little bit of tape. And what? I would know. It would be a little scary. Oh, a head wrap in my hair.
Yes.
Oh, I'm a dumb bitch. I'm thinking a head wrap on making a wig. Like,
no.
On like and I was like, no, that's very hard for me to do. Yes, no, I can do that. Oh. Yeah. Which that was still very hard for me. Yeah, she taught me how to literally, is it a traditional head wrap? Even with a scarf
with the
like
bun.
this?
Yes, it was a scarf like this.
And I was like, a part of me was like, I might be
like
appropriating a little bit, but I was really into it.
You'll have to show that picture. We'll have to.
It was so cute. Yes. I felt like, okay, because my hair was down with it, but I was like, I don't know if I could walk on the street with that. I don't know if I could be the one.
Well, yeah. Well, that was the question. You were like, which I thought was so cute.
I was like, is it racist? Is it appropriate? I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
I was just like, rock what you want to rock. Like,
but that's you know what's crazy? That's your opinion, because I feel a lot of people actually don't feel that way.
Which is stupid to me, because like, don't get me wrong, like
there's moments.
You know,
let's talk
there
about
are moments that people are like, oh, why are you wearing that? Blah 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 blah. But to me, it's like, okay, so am I not supposed to wear blue jeans because that's American? And am I supposed to not wear, you know, these kind of earrings or whatever because they're this, they're that? And it's, to me, it's like a segue between like everyone. If we want to learn each other's culture, that's a part of it. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like it has to. I mean,
with that being said, though, I think it's almost like the same thing. Like there's always good and bad people in this world. Kind of gets in the bad person's hands, and then they kind of mess with it, and they do it in a bad way or in an appropriate way. Like there's levels to it, I think, as well. I agree. I kind of think, but know where it's coming from, understand the culture, and you know, and be appreciative and have the knowledge behind what you're doing, and it may be a specific hairstyle or makeup look, or like you're saying, wardrobe. Like have that respect from where it's originated, and not wear it as like a costume or to make fun or to show off and appropriate, because I do think there's still people out there that do it in a really bad way, in a distasteful way. And that's where it needs to be corrected. But yeah, when there's kind of that middle ground where people are being like respectful and they just let, you know, there's certain things with it, then I agree. I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. But I think it teeters, especially in the world we live in right now. It's a hard area to.
I'm gonna say, like my mom used to say. Everyone has opinions. Or as she would say, she would call opinions assholes. Am I allowed to curse? She's like, everyone has an asshole. And it's an opinion. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is, you know, she just had like these little weird sayings or whatever. And she's like, everybody has an asshole. Like when people.
It's true though. Everybody's going to have their own thoughts. Everybody's going to think something. There's always going to be somebody judging you, even when you have good intent. Like it's, I mean, that's the name of the game. That's human nature, sadly, in good ways and bad ways. Damn it. But speaking of hair and all that knowledge, now you've owned a salon. And that was your first, actually, that wasn't even your first and foremost. You're such a round woman to me, which is insane. Thank you. Such a diverse, because you were a nurse.
Yes.
You didn't even start, like, give me that from, like, head to toe real quick, like, what
I'm not a licensed nurse.
Oh, oopsie.
Okay.
So if I drop dead right now, you're not.
I can do it.
Oh, good.
I went to nursing school. I passed nursing school. Around the same time that my daughter got Lion King I graduated. Wow. 2011, I graduated. And that's the same time she got Lion King. Oh, my God. And of course, I was so excited about that. I had my shop going on. I had 2 little kids at home.
Oh my God.
My mommy was sick during that time. And I was studying to take the boards.
Whoa.
I did not pass the boards. I took the boards 2 times, didn't pass. And I was just like, I don't have time for that.
I can't even.
I can't study. I can't think. And I never looked back, because then that's when I started working. I had my salon. I was working Broadway.
Did you work Lion King when your daughter was there?
No.
Oh.
And that's when, okay,
it's
so
a conflict of interest, right? You're not allowed to.
Exactly. Okay. No parents backstage.
Okay, yes. I do know that rule.
So, which was good, because there was a incident where my daughter was like, you know, playing with the Wrangler, and she was like, "Oh, you're a boo-boo head," or something she said to him. And he laughed, and everyone else laughed, and I was like, "What did you just say?"
I'll slap my child in public.
They were like, "Okay, Mom, it's time for you to leave. It's just a joke that we, you know, do backstage." And I was like, "That's totally inappropriate for her to talk to an adult like that."
Do that.
And Monty was just like sitting there like.
Right.
And Rick was like, no. So yeah.
Hold on. Yeah.
Parents not backstage.
No, that's so fair.
It was a good thing.
I don't think I'd be too controlling. As a parent, I'd be like, I need you to get it right, and I need you to be cool.
Exactly.
I need you to relax and be polite at all times. It's hard.
Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta have the pullback for sure. But dang, so we did that. You were like, okay, even though you put a ton of time and effort into nursing, you were like, okay, focus, realign.
Exactly.
Which is a big step, because not a lot of people can kind of let life take it where they're going to go. They get really set in stone on how they want it to go, how they think it's meant to go, and then they can't adapt. You adapt like in like such a chameleon. You do what you need to do pretty much at all costs at all times. Well, still to this day.
That's the way. Okay, so my mom and father raised me to like not put all the eggs in one basket.
Smart.
So if my dad had businesses and he owned homes, like he rented out homes.
Yeah.
So it was like, you try to own your own business because you want to be your own boss.
100%.
And you want to employ other people, bring jobs to the communities and that kind of thing. then you also want to be able to, if that fails, something, the business goes under, something happens, that you also have another stream of money coming in.
Smart.
Doing something else. And when I had Imani, at that point I was a single parent. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I own the salon, but let me also finish nursing school. Like go to school, get a degree. So if something happens, you know, when you own your own salon, you're in charge of your own insurance. Yes. And that's when everybody like, oh my God, insurance is so expensive, this, that, and the other.
Yes.
And also when you need time off, if you don't work, you're really not bringing in too much money other than what's coming in from the salon.
Right.
So that's when I was like, you know what, nursing school, if I need time off. Also thinking like, hey, when she goes to college, I can go anywhere in the world with her.
Yes,
so it's just
truly.
like, yeah, so, you know, balancing things.
No, it was really smart. I actually was never taught that. That wasn't something I grew up on the notion. My mom was very like hippy dippy, and that's kind of how I am now, which is like,
that's not true.
Follow your dream.
That's not true. Because I've seen you do the same thing as me. Like,
well, yeah, okay.
Okay, you have the play, but you also freelance. You go here. You have your little, you know, client. You have, well, not little. You have a lot of clients that you go and you do their faces. Mm-hmm. You also know how to do hair. You weren't, like you said, you're a makeup artist. Well, right. You learned to adapt to what you needed to do to get the job to make the money.
And I have. I've gotten a little pickier now. I appreciate you saying that. I do. Meaning, but my mindset, meaning like follow my dreams and do it. Of course, I'm the same as you as when it comes to hard work. Yes, if I need to get shit done, shit's gonna get done, and if I need to work 5 different jobs that month in order to pay a bill, or I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean?
And
like,
a fast
kick my
learner,
feet a little bit.
I have to say.
Fast learner for certain teachers.
Fast learner. With
certain teachers.
Teach her one time, and she's like, just show me.
No.
And she's nailed it.
That's with you, though. That's with you.
No.
It speaks seriously, because if I'm being trust me on it. Because I've had other friends watch this. I'm sure they're gonna be like, that bitch did not learn that shit overnight. I had to retell her all the time. It really depends on the delivery. I'm so emotional, Mo. You have if it comes at me a way that I'm not able to receive it, it's not gonna sit well with me. So then I can't kind of take it in. But you, because you're literally an angel, you deliver it to me in the way that sits, and I'm able to absorb it, and I'm able to focus, but it's coming with kindness and education and just matter-of-factly, but I know you have my back. So it just creates a work environment that sets me up for success. So I'm able to succeed and excel when I work with you. That's why I've learned a long way of where to put myself and where to not put myself to do my best job.
That's another thing, because I've noticed in jobs where like people overdo things.
Oh yeah, hardcore.
Like, I'm the boss, so you listen to what I say and do it exactly the way I do it, or it's not good enough kind of situation.
Yes. Oh, good. Thanks, Bubby.
I feel like I like to get the job done.
Yeah.
This is the way it has to look. This is the way it has to stay. It has to last for this. It, you know, whatever it is, the hairstyle, the pinning, as long as you make it stay for what it needs to stay, have the look, and you don't change the actual look, the way you get to it, I could care less. And I'm not going to sit there and micromanage you.
Yes.
I'm going to let you do your thing, and when you bring the finished product out to me, I'm going to be like, this looks perfect. Will it stay? Exactly. Will it stay? Let me shake it. She's going to be shaking her head like this.
Let me test it.
Yeah. But if it stays and it works, it's fine with me.
Which is exactly how I feel. I mean, it's hard, and I'm biased because I've gotten to be blessed and work with people exactly like that. I don't understand how that's not. I mean, I can't understand, because I know we don't think that way. That's not how we lead. That's not how we direct. That's not how we teach. I get that, and I can't micromanage somebody, be like, you need to teach me X, Y, and Z. But so that's why I've learned the value of choice and choosing. Okay, I've worked with some person. I've tested it out. That way doesn't work with me, or I don't really jive with that person in that way. So I can't work with them in that space anymore. I'll have to go here. And then that's why for you, I've always told you, I can work with you. I don't have to think twice in my head, like, is that going to be a painful day? Is the job going to be done? Is the product going to look good? Is it going to be an easy work environment? Yes, across the board. And you've never not shown me that. So it's always something, again, then your integrity is strong as hell, because you are who you are top to bottom all the time. And I've seen you in different.
That. I try to.
Huge. You don't have to think. I mean, that's literally your embodiment. You don't even, I think about it. I swear, it's like you just doing you and what feels natural. Just a kind, smart, authentic person, and you work really hard.
Thank you so much.
And you want to teach people hugely.
Yes.
But so it's nice. And I do agree, though. I've hit a lot of roadblocks in the industry where it makes me then question myself in that work environment, being like, oh shit, like I'm really bad at my job, or I'm not doing this, or I'm not doing that. And then I've learned now growing older, being like, no, just not everyone's for you. I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and they're not always going to be my cup of tea, and I got to choose.
Unfortunately, I must say that, you know, again, you find people who get these positions and these jobs, and they're not people.
I know.
Persons.
I'm like, I don't even think you like being here, or
exactly.
I don't know.
They complain about going into work every day.
Yeah.
They complain about the job that you do. They complain about everything, and not like I've always been taught, like, okay, no matter what's going on in your life, that
leave it at the door.
Exactly. When I walked into my salon, I left. My mom is sick at home. I left. Not to say that, you know, I'm picking up the phone. Hey, mom, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. You need anything, whatever. But it's like my clients who have a stressful day that come into my salon
to get the
relief, to vent to me and talk to me about things. Don't want to sit there and talk about my problems. You know what I mean? And so
as much as some days we'd like them to, we do have to realize we are in customer service.
Yes, I do have clients that are like, hey, Monique, how you doing? I'm fine. How are you? And I could be in the back of my head thinking of something, crying in my head, whatever the case. But I'm not going to put that on to my client. I'm not going to put that on to the rest of my workforce.
Time and a place for it.
Exactly.
Maybe if I'm close with that client and we're having drinks after work.
There you go.
We're not in the workplace, which I think it's really hard in our industry because, and I'm definitely at default for it, being 26. And when I was younger, like, my God, like, I went through this a lot of figuring it out of time and place and being like, oh, this isn't the time to, like, make somebody be my best friend. Like, that might form and get there slowly, but also my drama, or even me venting to a client or an actor backstage, like, I have to learn, which it's hard because in our environment it's hard. It fuels the environment to be cheeky backstage and to be, you know, personable and funny and getting your routines, and you do your little kiki at your different quick changes, and it's there, it's formulated there. So it's hard sometimes to, I have to remind myself, like, yes, these people can potentially be your friend, potentially. But first and foremost, they are our clients. They are the talent. Like, we are in the process of helping them, but they're not. The second that wig goes wrong, who are they turning to and being like, what the fuck? They're not going to be like, my best friend, you know? No, because now they're looking bad. Like, it does, especially where you don't know this person for Adam and Eve and, like, eons of life, and they have that kind of deep respect. It's like, we're kind of just surface level friends. You know, we cordially get along. You and I both, we get along with pretty much anybody, to be honest. So,
well, that's the thing. You go to work. To work. The first thing is to work.
To work, first and foremost. I agree. Always.
And to get whatever job, whoever hired you to do, done.
Yes.
If I go to work, I know that I may make friends.
Yeah. That's a bonus.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's like getting a bonus.
Yeah. And I may not.
Yeah.
However, you have to respect whoever's in your workspace.
Always.
So if I don't like you, I can still say hello to you.
Oh, of course.
I can still work with you.
Don't get it twisted. I feel like people are like, oh yeah, we're not friends, and that doesn't mean be an asshole.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean not acknowledge who you're working with. That doesn't mean be a dick backstage or be rude or choose to literally, like you said, not acknowledge their existence. That's not what we're talking about here.
Because backstage, like you said, at your little changes when you're kiki-keying with these people, you see that person standing there and they're not enjoying their change. Not saying like enjoying it, but they feel left out.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person, I may not like your character, but I'm going to be like, hey, what's up? How you doing?
100%.
Like, I'm going to try to include you in the group because no one wants to go to work, because I don't want to be that person that I go into work. Not that I don't think I've ever been that person.
I don't think you have yet either. No.
But,
yet, hopefully not.
You know, like, I don't want to be the person that no one likes on the stage. And, you know, when I come by, everybody's like,
snooty and quiet and like, oh, the bitch is here. It's such a high school mentality, and it's bullying. It's like a light form of being a bully.
So that's
and
why
it's bullshit.
When I go in, I know you see me. When I go in, I'm like, hey, everybody, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And I give a greeting in general. Hi, everyone.
Yes, you keep your P's and Q's like
and
aligned
then I might
times.
go, like, you know, if we're talking often, I'm like, hey, Rachel, how you doing? What'd you do this weekend? Or blah, 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 blah. I may not ask the person that I don't particularly care for.
Yeah. That
so what's going on in your life? Because at that point, like.
I'm being inauthentic. I'm not.
Yeah,
you know,
that's not me.
I don't care. You don't care. We don't need
exactly,
to be fake.
because you're probably going to be like, why are you being fake and why are you asking me
Yeah.
Because you don't care. But again, I'm still going to say hello. Or if you're standing there, I don't like you, and I've said, hello, Rachel, how are you? I'm going to say hello to whoever it is. How are you? And to keep moving.
Yes.
I'm not going to wait for the response, though.
I'm going to ask. I'm going to say that I asked. And I'm going to fucking
keep
go.
It moving.
Oh, that's, no. Steve, was it
but
Steve?
Just be cordial. You know
no.
Just be cordial to everyone, and then you don't have any problems. Like, I don't think that there's a job that I've been on that someone can say, Monique was so nasty.
No.
Or Monique didn't do her job.
No.
Or Monique da-da-da-da-da.
Because
that's my main focus. My main focus is to do my job, do it well.
Yes.
Because my mom always taught me.
If you're going to do the damn thing.
If you're going to do it, you do it at 100%.
Yes, always.
There is no second best. You go at it and you make sure that it's perfect.
Yeah.
So after that, then I'm going to try to be cordial to everyone.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to, start the trouble. I hate, if I'm not going to say I'm above talking about people.
Oh, no, we all do. But that's human nature. I hate when people are like, we're not holier than thou.
However,
of course
I'm not going to do it in that vicinity where everybody's there and it's going to be between me and the person that I feel I can trust.
Oh, yes.
Which is usually my husband when I go back home. Or I may call me like, Rachel, guess what?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
Later. Time and place.
Exactly. But not
how dare you. And I have put my whole foot in my mouth in work situations, with prior bosses, with friends, with whatever, where, I have got caught up wholeheartedly, and I don't need to say who and what because they know damn well. they already know. They already know where I have been dumb, I have been immature, I have been irresponsible, I have said things that were completely out of line, time or place, and I've let my emotions get the best of me, and I've had to bite it, learn from it, and then go, okay, don't do that again. You learned, and it never, ever, nothing ever comes good of it.
That comes in time, though.
Oh, yeah.
And like you said, you're young.
You gotta mess up a couple times to learn.
I'm an older lady, so you know what I mean?
Which is so crazy because you do, Monique Rance, when I tell you, like we said, I met you in 2014, maybe call it 15 if it even was, sure, 5-4 years, whatever I've known you for. And people have been watching our comment and be like, what bullshit. You're literally in your late 40s. I'm dead.
I'm 46.
46.
I don't mind saying it.
Wearing it proudly.
I love it.
And you keep, I would too. And it's such a powerful thing. I don't know why. I remember being, you never ask a lady's age. I'm like, what? Why? Because we're supposed to always act doting and young, and God forbid we age like men. It's always, I never even understood where the question came from. Like, why?
As long as I can move around and do what I love.
Yes.
I love doing hair.
Yes.
I'm getting in a little bit of makeup.
You
Thanks
are.
to Rachel.
She's a makeup artist. Watch out.
But I love doing it. I love people. Mm-hmm. So, different artists or, the people around me. I love talking to people.
I love say it forever. Yes.
And I'm a hugger, of course.
Yes. You're just the most lovely, you're there.
My kids do it too.
But people don't, with that energy, that constant going, not jaded, because people usually associate age with jaded because they've been doing this for a while. You literally have the same go-getter attitude as somebody just hopped in the game. You really don't. You don't take any situation you've been in for granted.
That's another topic that, Rachel.
Yeah.
In this industry, everybody's going to know somebody you know.
Oh, yeah. No, we're all weirdly cousins and related. And some's mom, it is,
there
somebody knows, we all are connected.
And for the life of me, I don't understand how. Mm-hmm. I may be a boss at one point, the head of a department.
Good point. I already know where this is going.
And then the next moment, I may be a day player on TV in movie land and a swing on Broadway land.
Yes.
And
for those that don't know day player and swinging and all that, we're talking about levels of positions and titles. You might one day be literally like the boss, if for corporate people and watching whatever, like you're the boss one day, you're leading departments, you're, the head of the head, whatever, you're ruling all that in TV and film, the person up top. And then there's these other people that are like a part of the running team. Then there's assistants. And then there's people like you had mentioned, day players who come in literally on a day, maybe a couple days on set to like help with background and on larger days for actors and people to put through. So they're deemed on, if we're going by scale, I mean, heads, day players.
Yes.
So, and it could switch any day though.
Exactly. So next show, I may be the head or the day player. Like, you just never know.
You never know.
And so for the life of me, I don't understand how you could be the head and treat people nasty that are under you.
Right.
Or be mean to them or abuse them or whatever the case may be.
Yes.
And then the next show where you're not the head anymore, where you come in, you may be a key or you may be under this person, expect that person to treat you with the same.
Right.
As
if like, do you not remember what you did the other, do you not remember our experience together now?
Exactly. So that's my thing. Like, I don't care. My mom, I always mention my mom because she was such a strong woman. Yes. And of course, she passed away.
Yes.
So she would always say, I don't care who it is. He could be the president of a corporation or he could be the janitor.
And you treat that,
And you still give them respect. And as a kid, walking into my mom's building, because she worked for the town of Metuchen.
Yes.
You walked in, you said hello to everyone.
Right.
When she used to walk through our schoolyard to go to lunch. To check up on us.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like, and she was the only parent allowed on school grounds because everybody knew my mom.
Well, there's always that mom in the town. That one mom that's like the shit and she's just allowed to do whatever
she wants. And if you were acting up while she was walking by, she would pull your card. Come here.
Oh my God.
Do you think that's right?
Right.
But my mom was 4'11". She was the tiniest thing, but she demanded.
She was 4'11". No wonder, Monty. Oh my God, that's insane.
She was 4'11".
Yeah.
So she demanded respect, which I kind of do.
Well, as a woman in her, I'm sure she almost had to at many cases because of her stature. Yeah.
And like I said, the janitors loved her. Yeah. The principal of the schools would come out and, hey, how you doing? Sometimes they were like, oh, Miss Rance is going to be walking by. We're going to go outside. Or, your mom's coming, so we're going to stand outside, talk to your mom for a minute. Yeah, because they would ask her questions. My mom was never a principal of the school, but they would ask, what do you think about so-and-so? And she would give her opinion. Like, that was my mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that shows, if you're telling me that that's where your mom is, the people that we're talking about that don't have that kind of mentality, characteristic, basic foundation of that understanding, it starts from parenting. It starts from getting and born and raised and bred into it and practice until now it's for you common motherfucking sense. And for so many, which it is crazy, and I'm just as flabbergasted as you are, because those people still continue to work.
Yes.
Still continue to get put in those positions of power, even though people are like, God, she's horrible to work for. Oh, she does this and she does this. And it's very weird in our industry that we continue to condone certain behaviors, even between other women, but not even like a male issue. Like that's a whole other topic, a whole other thing with the, certain stuff going on in our industry, but even just women on women and being in those positions, because a lot of biasedly, a lot of hair and makeup is, I don't even know if it's predominant. I'm going to be stereotypical and say predominantly women. Yeah. I don't know statistics. I don't know numbers. Don't quote me. But as far as my experience, it's predominantly women and then a mix of males here and there. Depending on the show and certain things and the gamut of it. But I don't know where that ego comes in or like we said, upbringing, where it's just not there. And it's weird to me that when we know it and nobody says anything. Yeah. Like we're in a union where there's, people in positions of power to watch over us and make sure we're safe on set and behaviors are right. It's like our HR, you know what I mean? Like across the board on set. Yeah. But it's so weird that even when it's like known that somebody isn't good or is skeezy or abuses hours or doesn't look after their cat, that they still are employed on a high level. Yes. I don't understand that. Yes. And I don't respect it.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Because I don't
have answers for it.
I've been on sets where, I've had other people on my level or people above that say, why is that person acting like that toward you? You're so nice. You're so sweet. You don't deserve to be treated like that.
Right.
But when you get a position to not hire this person, you hire the person anyway.
You still hire that person.
It's like, and not only that, but
it's a name game. It's a I don't know what it is.
Exactly. And I asked myself, like, would I hire that person? Or would I hire those people who've treated me so nasty, or I've watched where they treat someone else nasty?
Yes.
And don't get this wrong. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
That if I know you and I know your character and you've talked to me and because I mean, there are only certain people that I call friends.
Yes.
There are friends and then there are
colleagues.
Friends.
And okay. You know what I mean? Fair enough. Yeah.
So if I call you my friend and I sit there and I watch you treat someone like that, I'm not going for it. I'm not in front of the person, but I'm being, come here for a minute. That wasn't nice.
What are we doing here? Yeah,
like, why would you do that? Like, that's not funny. And I've heard people say, oh, that person's playing with you. Oh, he's not serious or she's not serious. You don't know that person to be treated like that. You don't play with people like that. It's not for workforce. You don't play like that.
Exactly.
It's not a game.
Well, there's, again, our industry, before I go off on that, even to that point, like you're saying, rehiring, but also working for. Because I've been in a position where I'll be on set and I'll be like, damn, or somebody's talking smack on. We all do it. So I'm not, being like that person's worse than I. No, we've all done it. Or have our opinions about somebody. Like you said, we all got an opinion. But it's like, if I don't jive with that person or I see they're ill-treating or I don't really like the way they run a room or run a department or da-da-da. Me as an individual, I don't know where sense of self and choice goes out the window. And opportunity or climbing the ladder or status or a title comes before that and your integrity falls here.
Exactly.
And it happens a lot where then I know, and I'll do it politely, but I will not continue to employ myself or take that job if I know X, Y, and Z about that person.
And you have to be willing to not
you have to be willing.
Yeah. And some people, I can't fault them because, people.
You need money, you need a job, I get that too.
So sometimes you if that's the only job around, it's like, let me bite my tongue.
Right. Oh, I know.
And go to work being miserable and, whatever.
But I've learned though, and the thing that I've really made for this year, and it helped because my body, just like most times when your body is going through even mental health stuff or sickness or whatever, your body knows before your even mind does sometimes. Okay. For me, I've been now in situations in work where literally my body is rejecting going to work, being in that space, being in an unhealthy environment. It wears on me so tirelessly. Like I am so stressed to the point where I feel sick. I can barely eat. I'm not as productive. I'm very tired. And I notice these things and I'm like, and it took me a minute for certain environments I've been in. And then I was like, I didn't think this was a thing, but it really is. When you do not like, that's why people always say, love what you do. Because it will be a whole different everything.
It's a thing.
But when you don't like what you do in the place of work you are going to per day or the environment you are around, whether it be the people that are toxic, maybe the job, maybe that one, whatever it is, I just have learned it is never worth an amount of money. I'd rather fucking get unemployment and figure it out. Like I have learned for my body and my mental health and my self-preservation, it is not worth that job. And I have left really nice jobs, whether it be on Broadway or off Broadway or a TV show that I have, played on. And then I'm like, maybe not again. Like that just wasn't my fit. And that is okay. And, because I always in my head.
Okay.
It's so okay.
This is what messes with me.
Yeah.
Okay. Because my mom, as a Black woman.
Yes.
Is like, you don't let nobody mess with your money, your man, and like there's just certain things you just don't do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
And I always I have people that I mentor, that I get, I hire, and as my assistant or whoever it is, I'm always in teaching mode because again, some of the actors that are very young call me Mama Mo.
I know.
And some of the people come to me and it's crazy because sometimes out of the blue, an actor will call me or one of the crew or somebody will just call me and be like, hey, so and
it's a life choice.
And I'm
it's unwork related because I know what she's talking about. Yeah. Like, I need advice, full on, come to for therapy.
Be like, first of all, I didn't even know you had my number, but okay,
I'm flattered.
yeah, you know, and again, like I go right into mama mode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. But again, if I've said yes to a job,
Yeah.
in all fairness,
Yes. You right.
I don't. If this person over here doesn't like me and is treating me like crap,
Yes.
you're not gonna spoil my mood.
Fair enough. Yeah. I get where we're going.
And
yes.
I'm not gonna let you take money out of my mouth and my kid's mouth. So
Yes.
with saying that, there have been times that I've been on sets and the person is just really nasty to me.
Yes. And it feels not worth your time, not worth the energy, but.
Exactly. So if you're in charge, I'm like, okay, sure.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yes.
And I'm going to do what you asked me to do because that's the job that needs to get done.
Yes. Well, I'm not living in, like, that's me kind of living in like a perfect world. As
Yeah.
if like I've never, of course you're you're literally going to, and I will continue to be employed
Exactly.
by people that I don't, and
And
I will
then
work.
after you walk away, I'm going to turn to the people that I do like and be like, hey, girl, so that what I'm doing, I'm just going to be talking, laughing, and joking.
And do what I need to do.
And 9 times out of 10, the person that didn't like me, I just ruined their day because I did not let you change my opinion or did not let you change my mode and how I'm feeling. And I did not let you come and change the person that I am.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go and talk crap about you.
No.
Like, you know, if there's a job opening or whatever and they call and be like, da, 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 I'm going to be like, you know, it depends on how your work is.
Right.
But I'm not going to be the person like, no, don't hire that person because blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. No, because karma's a bitch.
Damn, do you believe in that? Okay, but do you not think that when that phone call, because I've been in positions of, I refer a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, you do, because you referred me a lot. That's one of the reasons between her and Adenike.
You're an idiot. Yeah, no.
Wait, is you, Adenike?
I will literally give your name in my sleep, though. That's like not a question. I don't really think
I tell you, it was a few people that were like really blessings to me.
Oh,
it was Johnny Moy.
Yeah, why do I know that?
He is awesome.
I feel like I know him.
Yeah, he's
that name
always
is
been
like
around.
in my head, yeah.
Fabian Garcia. I believe his last name is Garcia.
I think I met him on set with you.
It was you, Cookie Jordan, who gave me my first Broadway debut of being a hair and makeup supervisor.
Yes.
And Adenike Wright. Like, those were the people who really, I'm almost like in tears, that like saw my talents and like, I'm going to refer you to anything that someone comes my way.
Yeah.
And gave me these jobs to do that, I mean, got me into the union because I'm not like,
you needed your,
let me tell you, I'm not afraid of work where I did
hours and fast.
Yes. In the past, I've done the community theater.
Yes.
I literally had my salon, my kids worked 3 months and they paid my paychecks for the 3 months. For the entire 3 months was $239. $239, and I designed the hair for Oklahoma, for Roosevelt Park.
Excuse me, Mama. Jump out the window.
I'm telling you.
Insane.
And in return, I said to him, I will go through the wigs. I will wash the wigs.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. Like, you know, on community theater, they're like, here are the wigs that we have.
It's
Here's
always,
our budget.
It's always a bullshit.
Yeah, here's the budget. So go through these wigs that have never been washed, that's been after play.
Synthetic and don't make sense. And
yeah. And I literally designed it Oklahoma out of that. I taught the girls how to do their hair with the ones who had long hair. Like, I really like worked with these people.
Process. Yeah. I remember you
to get days to be in the union.
Yeah, but you were willing to put in that time and work to get there, to do what you needed to do. But that's you saying, oh, I'm so that is your karma, though. We're talking of karma. That is your karma. You think, oh shit, this woman gives so much good. It's so easy and natural to want to give good people good shit and put you out there, and you're willing to work and do all the things. So that's easy. But have you ever been in a situation where, like you had said, if you're referring, you don't do that back? And I actually don't. I'm trying to think because I get mixed in my head Because if I want to refer you, but I had a bad experience with you, and that's my personal experience, and somebody is asking me my opinion, hey, Rachel, how was so-and-so with you? And I'm like, well, it wasn't that good. Or, oh, I didn't really. Do I take that moment to be honest? Or do I shut my mouth and then go,
no, I'm honest.
You know what, you might, but, and I always preference, even if I'm like, they weren't my cup of tea, like I said, or, we butt heads a little bit, I usually don't, like you said, I don't thrash them. I don't say, never hire that bitch, blacklist her, da-da-da-da.
Exactly.
No, male and female alike. No, I don't think that's fair, because like you said, that person might have, you don't know when anybody is, where they're at in their life.
Exactly.
Period.
And it could be like,
you need to be able to let them get
something
a bag
happened at home and they
coin.
came in and it was on their mind, so that's why they were talking to people like that, which again should have been left at the door.
It should have been, but
so my referral, if you call me, like if you call me and you say, Monique, I'm looking for someone to do X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
That person won't cross my lips.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna refer that person like that.
Right.
However, if someone calls me and asks me about that person specifically, I'm going to say the person is well capable of doing the work.
The job.
Now, I
We're going on a personality contest.
I did not like his personality or her personality where we didn't mesh.
Yes.
But you as the supervisor of them may mesh with them well.
Right.
So you need to determine that part of it. But are they capable of doing the work? They can. Exactly.
All of us on a small to big ass scale, and a lot of, like you said, especially in our industry, all of us are warriors in that sense, where we go to work and some wear it better than others, but we're still coming, and a lot of us have to put a mask on to be that customer service, to make that actor feel a certain way. Not everybody's able to do it on a normal day, and sometimes people are really just at a place in their life where they can't do it at all.
I was on sets and I've seen some people talk to actors. They're doing their hair and they're like talking to them like,
I know.
You like the actor works for you, and it's like,
this is my work. As if it's like this hair is not growing out of their head and they have some sort of say. They're like, you stay. I see it a lot in fashion, where like models are literally looked at as like pieces of art. It's like not an actual human being behind that. Yeah. They're just like, they'll move their faces and their eye and they'll put crazy shit on their face and like just sculpt them and then be like, are you uncomfortable? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, okay, just put up with it. It's like, it happens all the time.
Sorry that your big toe is on fire.
Sorry
walk
that
down that long
naked in the freezing cold shooting a swimsuit. Like, my bad. Like, it's just like, oh my God, we lose a lot of human nature. Yeah, in our job. We're people working on people here, people. Like, I don't understand it.
It's
sad where it's got lost a bit, but I think with hopefully conversations like this and people not being so afraid to lose the job, I feel like it always comes down to, or lose the credibility, or lose the name, or be called the bitch because you said the truth.
Exactly.
You know, like, be okay. I've had to sit with that heavily and be like, you know what? Because I'm a people pleaser to the utmost.
Yeah.
To the utmost.
Yes.
So for me, if somebody's going to tell me that I'm being a bitch or being unruly or being too something, that's the last thing I ever want to be amongst my close friends, about colleagues, about potential clients and hirees and whatever. I don't want to be that. I don't want to come off and rub anybody the wrong way. So I'll kiss, you know, play nice all the time.
Exactly.
But I have learned there is some sort of self-preservation, like I had said, that you need to keep, and just also learning to put your foot down. And that doesn't make you a bitch. It makes you a boss, and it makes you a person that looks out and is okay with looking out for yourself first. And that's not bad.
No.
To look out for my own well-being on set, or how somebody's going to treat me, or deal with my paycheck, or deal with... No, I'm going to take this shit seriously. And when I've had this actress, she would actually love it if I said her name, but I just won't for the sake of I don't have her consent. But she was on set and they had her do something where she was told she was coming to set, this is what we're having you do. You're going to say this line, you're going to do this little bit, and we're going to wrap you up. And then all of a sudden, it happens all the time on sets, the directors are like, can you also just do a million other things that we didn't run by your agents or you, or blah, 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 and we might run over your time a little bit, but it's not a big deal, right? It's not a big deal. Yeah. Even though you're contracted, you're being paid for this amount of time, and you're the asshole to be like, no, First of all, let me call my agents. Second of all, you didn't say that that's what was going down. No, you're not running over my time. Now you're you're so difficult.
Difficult to work with.
You're difficult.
Well, how about
you don't want to bend?
You want you want me to work an extra 15 minutes? How about you pay me that extra 15 minutes?
But that's my point. And it's like, it's just 15 minutes. 15 minutes of my time that I could be literally walking out the door, going home to my children, getting on a train. It's like it's New York. It is literally a New York minute.
15 minutes could make you miss the first train. That gets you to the second train. That's going to be another hour that you got to
get it. So my time is precious, especially in this city. I don't know why that's like big fucking news to people nowadays and being like, what? And I've had to do it and being like, especially on sets where I've literally sat there and the talent is wrapped. I'm sorry, I'm not set. I'm not any of these things. The physical person that I'm supposed to have eyes on is gone. Why am I sitting here? So I will get up and be like, am I wrapped? I know that you guys got a lot going on, but the fuck am I wrapped? Because I'm going to go now. Thank you so much. And I'll self-wrap my... thank you. Thank you.
I'm out of here.
I won't forge any sort of craziness. Like, I'll just say what it is. And that's on, like, lighter sets, not like union shit where I can't just stomp out. Like, it's different, things. But it's like, damn. So I've learned, like, you know what? No, have your back first.
Yeah.
And that was a long time for me because I'm very trusting. We are both very trusting to the point where we always give them that first chance.
Yeah.
Usually.
You get the first chance to fuck with me up.
Yeah.
But after that, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
And I'm learning that as well, to kind of wear that armor a little bit more proudly, regardless of my age, regardless of my experience. I have the knowledge, and stop making excuses for being abused in that way, or taken advantage of is a little bit nicer term, because you are. Your time, your skill.
My time is
whatever.
my money.
My time is my money. And that even goes to, we could get into rates and all sorts of crazy shit because it's true, but like I hate when people pull that game of like, well, you're only doing one face and you're only powdering the guy and you're only whatever. They only. I don't, and I love, that's why we post it to the day I die. Like, I literally learned how to do this skill within an hour and perfect it and make it look good because I'm a professional. When people are like, well, it only takes you an hour. Yes, but I honed my craft in order to work fast, well, on time. All of it, come with the equipment, be on time and prompt. That doesn't deduct from my rate.
And that's what you're paying. You're paying for my art.
My art, my time, my education.
You're not gonna go to an artist and be like, oh, because you only drew a man on that canvas,
right? I'm
only gonna pay.
It's just a hand.
Exactly.
Like,
no,
what?
You're gonna say, how much is that?
Yeah.
And the person's gonna say, this is how much it is, and you may try to haggle them down.
Sure.
But like, either they're gonna say yay or nay, and I'm gonna say nay.
Right.
Because in that hour that you're talking about, that I'm only putting a little makeup on, or I'm only doing a ponytail, I could have taken that hour, gone somewhere else, and got paid more to do whatever.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So
thank you. That's why I always tell people in an email, I'm like, listen, like, if that is blowing you out your budget, then you need to go get somebody that's going to serve you of that, or you need to figure it out. Like, it's not, then this job is not for me. Mm-hmm. I'd rather say no than make the $100 for your 6-hour day, but it's one person, it's quick, or just the touch-up moment. I'm sorry, because now I'm giving up a day on set where they're willing to pay my full day rate. And now I've just exited out my availability, because especially when it's in the middle of the day, they're like, oh, it's just at 2 p.m. Right. So now I just lost the whole morning. I can't go be on set and they're going to release. Like, I'm lessening my hours for this value. None of it makes sense.
Exactly.
And the more artists and I understand because I did it as well. So this is where it's always backwards for me. But the more we say yes to those low paid jobs, or be like, oh, it's for, and I'm all for.
Setting the standards. You're setting the standard for what they're going to pay across the board.
Yeah.
So if you're going to lowball yourself and make yourself cheaper, then everybody's going to keep calling you back at that number. Yeah. But if you put yourself out and you're like, I'm good at what I do, and you have to pay me for my craft, then they're going to pay you for your craft.
And that goes the same for multiple crafts. Because I know so many people that will loop in hair and makeup. I hate it. And that might be my real union strong coming out, being like, there's literally 2 separate jobs for a reason. Now, not only are you dogging somebody of their job, you're robbing yourself, because now you're doing double the work for probably half the price.
Exactly.
So it's ridiculous. And even in headshots and other things, I've started to be like, for just makeup, and I'm not an asshole, I will still tweak you, but no, I'm not going to straight fucking your hair. I'm not going to style it. I'm not going to just throw a quick curl in it. It is a service. You're going to pay for it.
And
if you would just like makeup, that is my rate.
I've said that so many times.
It is two different, completely different things.
I'm like, no, I don't do makeup. So I can bring in someone for makeup.
Yes, same. Let me employ my friend.
I do hair. Like if you're asking me to supervise hair and makeup of a show, that's fine. Yeah. But I'm also going to bring in someone. But even that is a problem in our union because depending on, there really should be two people.
Exactly. And Broadway has always been the place where it's gray, and then they want you to be the most magical makeup artist you've ever been and also have all these fantastical hair skills. And it's like to run the department. Yeah. And I've even been dogged for jobs where I don't have quote unquote either necessarily in that title on my resume, and I'm just like, all right, well, Jesus, like the opportunity's not even there to do.
Well, we're not going to say the name of the show, but that is why when I was on a show that I asked you to come and do. I said, listen, Rachel. This is what I'm going to negotiate. And when I went to the company, I said to the company, this is what I demand for me.
Right.
Because I'm going to be the supervisor of everything.
Yeah.
And there's X, Y amount of wigs. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
And then I said, the person that I'm going to bring in is a makeup artist.
Right.
She needs supervisor's pay.
Right. Because it is.
So if I'm gonna bring you in as the head makeup artist, I believe that you should be getting supervisor's pay for that. So if I'm gonna supervise over hair and makeup, when I bring you in as my assistant to do that, I would want you to get at least the minimum supervisor's pay.
Compensated for doing a whole different other skill set.
Exactly.
Yes, if we need to
and a lot of people, titles. And again, that comes in to play of being a good and fair supervisor.
Super fair.
I'm not going to get more and leave everyone else in the dust. Like, I don't care what you pay my assistant. No.
So many times that happens. They just look out for themselves.
Sad. It's so sad because to me, it's like you're not setting the standard.
Yes.
And I feel that our craft, we worked hard some of us worked hard to get into the union. Some of us had to hone our skills to get in the union. Like I said, it took me 5 years to get into the union.
Yeah.
I worked damn hard.
And you better believe now that I'm here, I'm gonna ask for X, Y, and Z.
Exactly.
I don't know why I'm not going backwards.
Exactly. And so for me, and I was told, and that's the other thing I feel is kind of unfair.
Yes.
Because me being a salon owner, had done hair for many years, trained people who now own their own salons, and I was told to get into the union, what I did was not professional, and I was so hurt by it.
Who told you this? Just tell.
I was told
I'll find them.
to get into the union. So what? You own salons and you train people. So what? Like, what professional jobs did you do? What do you mean professional? Like, I cut people's hair. Like, what do you mean? I have celebrities that come to me and get their hair done. Like, what are you saying that's not professional?
At what point is
exactly. So what makes professional? Because then I came to Broadway.
Right.
And people who don't have their cosmetology license
are rolling up in that crib like
that are in the union. That I am training now. No.
Sometimes it's me.
No. What I'm saying is, you had a craft that you did. You did makeup.
Oh, well, right. But
you're not in the hair union. You're in the makeup union.
No.
So when you came to get into the union, you had your credentials. I went to this beauty school.
Oh, yeah, no.
I did this.
True.
I did that. I did that. And most makeup artists do have it.
Yes, true.
A lot of hair people don't.
Because actually, no. But do they have to get... I think once you're in the union, you have to have the license.
No, you don't. I believe not. We're going to check on that.
We will check on that.
We will definitely check on that.
I'm pretty confident, though.
Rachel's going to have to get back to you on that.
I love that.
Because
you don't have to have a license to work on Broadway in hair. Because I've been doing it for forever.
Yeah, because But
once you are in the union, in order to cut and do all that, you do have to have a license. I do believe. I
don't think so, because a lot
really?
Because people move from Broadway to TV.
True.
Not a lot of people stay on Broadway because of the rates. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Oh, yeah,
but
no,
anyway,
the rates are shit. Yeah, no, that needs to be adapted.
But and in order for Broadway to keep good people, and
I would 100% have to look that up. But right, but you're probably right though on certain levels, and whether that's just going under the rug or whatever it is. Yeah. But like I think a lot of people,
and on a lot of sets, you're working with human hair.
Yeah, no, and cutting. I mean, shit. Like cutting, style. I mean, you got to know the whole gamut. I mean, you are the hairstylist, and usually on Broadway, usually, not always.
You're just styling.
Usually, you're just styling, but they also would like you to do the haircuts
would
and
like
whatnot.
And have to.
Would like, different game there. But because I know supervisors that don't, and they're like, I don't have a license, so legally they actually can't physically cut off hair. Like you can't do that on somebody's head. On a wig, sure, it's a wig.
But I guess that goes away when you're.
I guess.
In TV and Broadway.
I guess it does. We would have to look that up, and we'll like add that in the comments later and discuss that. And hopefully, when people watch this, they'll write in the tell us, because I don't freaking know. I don't have that skill, so I haven't explored it. But it is interesting. There's this industry has a lot of room for improvement, and I think the more that people get real and stop kind of pussyfooting around, the more change that will happen.
Yeah. And we really need it, because there are other unions. There are other unions that they get paid. To me, when I was growing up, exclusive meant something.
Yes.
So if you looked at TV back then and I wonder who did Diana Ross's makeup. Yeah. Or I wonder who did, like Whitney Houston's makeup and da-da-da-da-da. And, then it came out that, okay, this person did it. Like,
you almost knew that person put in all this time and work to get to that pinnacle.
Oh my God,
to even dare touch Whitney's face.
Wait a minute, I didn't even do makeup. Yeah. And shout out to Sam Fine. I don't know if I can say your name. But let me tell you.
You can.
I had his book.
Oh my God, he's very nice, by the way.
Very.
I met him at a trade show once, yeah.
Very.
Very nice.
I had his book. I wasn't even a makeup artist, because I knew Sam Vine did, he had done Whitney's makeup. Yeah. He had done Oprah's makeup. He had done so many people's makeup.
Yeah, he's an OG if people don't know Sam Vine.
And I'm just going to say this. Like, back in the day, and even some now, a lot of people couldn't do black women's faces.
No, and well. And for the lighting that was so shitty back then.
Yes,
so
and so you would see, I kid you not, you would see like a makeup line right here. You would see their face was a different color than their neck. The colors that they put on them,
a lot of gray, weird,
made them look ashy in certain lights, and it was just like. And for me, I was always into the hair, but then it'd be like, oh my God, I don't like that wig. Oh my God. The makeup.
The makeup.
You know what I mean? It was second for me.
Sure.
But it was just like, who did their makeup?
Staring at your idol's face.
Yeah. So then when Sam Vine came, to me, it was just like, oh my God. Like,
he's a magician.
Look at these people's faces. Yes. So I was so infatuated. I went and got his book, and I'm like flipping the pages, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know he did this person's face. And I was just like, oh my God, I wish he could do and you had to be someone for him to do your face.
Right.
He was exclusive. Yes. So he got paid the money because he was the best, and he was exclusive.
Yes.
Because if he was
doing
like
Kevin Oprah's in our world, he was
if he was doing Oprah's face, he couldn't leave Oprah to go do this person's face. He had a book, and if you were on his list, then you got your face done. Yeah. And you prayed like, oh my God, if I become famous, I hope he's available. I know. You know what I mean?
I know.
And for saying that, if you're on Instagram doing all this stuff, you're going to be saturated. You know what I mean?
It's super sad. But also even that, like I can look at Gigi Hadid, and even though, again, I'm not even going to use her as an example, because a lot of the times who's doing her face is Erin Parsons, and she is literally like God to me. So I won't even go there, because she is doing her face for campaigns and other things. And she's an immaculate artist on her own right. Like I would love to sit with her, but people that do, I'm trying to think of somebody. You'll see a celebrity, and there's probably at least 5 artists behind them who have done their face. And rightfully so, you'll look at them and be like, oh, well, I like the way this person did her face that day. Or, oh, well, that was really cool. It's the exclusivity is kind of gone. Hair too. They got the teams now. And the teams are busy. And now makeup artistry and hair is way more up front. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we are now known. We are, it's like, not, I mean, everyone is, I feel like, a makeup artist and a hairstylist, but the ones that are up there and have hit that realm of, yes, busy in the celebrity world, which I don't deem you better than somebody working in Broadway. I don't think there's a mix there. I just think it's opportunity, timing, and where you chose to put yourself. Yeah. So that doesn't make you better than the rest just because you're working on a celebrity and I'm working on my mom. Like, it doesn't change for me.
Because I've seen some busted wigs on celebrities and busted
that's the thing,
makeup,
all because you got there. That might have been chance, connection, family, timing, whatever. And good for you, because that's, I believe it's meant for them in that moment. But they'll either rise to the occasion or not, and it will show itself in your work. And people being like, that's not as good as that. That person is immaculate. Their work speaks for itself. Yes. I'm trying to get to the point of just like, yes, it is not as fame and that exclusivity amongst artists. Yeah, no, we're 1 in a dozen now. So trying to shoot for that it's kind of long gone. And so I think the best way to achieve that exclusivity and that sort of excitement, like how you even have with the Sam Fine being like, and he still has that to today. He does. Oh, yeah. Not only because of who he touched in the years of like really, to me, in my eyes, true Hollywood versus now it's just like, we got Instagram Hollywood, we got this Hollywood, we got YouTube Hollywood, we got all this kind of, it's crazy. But you can still look at Sam Fine's work and be like, and see an image and go, Sam Fine did that face. You know, he still emulates and puts out his touch. Nobody will ever be a Sam Fine. Nobody, because he is an individual and that is how his hand creates that. Nobody will be an Alex Box. Nobody will be a Monique Rance. Nobody will be a Rachel Estabrook. Nobody's going to be that thing. So as much as you can try your best to stay as true to you and your skill and hone it the best you can and keep being true to what your artistry is, that's when I think those are the people that stand out the most. Yeah. And do create that like exclusivity or that sought after thing because you stay pile driving. You don't keep trying to be like, well, so-and-so did this, so I'm going to try to do that. Stop trying to do what other people are doing because it's already done. So even though nothing's original anymore, and I think that's pretty basic to see in day and age, even if I try to create something tomorrow, it's probably been done in some form or the other. I'm most likely taking whatever I create now from inspiration from way back when or maybe another artist and trying to formulate it to like make it my own. But yeah, that's all you can do because there's no, we're way too, there's too many out there now. It's not that cute little gang of couple exclusive people in the biz. It's not. We are big and bad now, which is great. But everything that gets, built up to a thing, and the more money, more problems kind of mentality, it is. It's like there's too many, more money please. But it's gonna take a minute to, get people realigned with why they're doing it. Yeah. And I hope it's not for the money or the notoriety, because I also know people that will literally buy out to do a celebrity's makeup. Will literally not get paid, because even when celebrities have all the money, they don't want to pay. Because they get shit for free all the time. So don't be fooled to think that, oh, well, so-and-so worked on that person. That does not mean that makeup artist has $1,000 million in their pocket now. Trust and believe it doesn't always. It looks really pretty shiny on Instagram. But the reality of what we do and sometimes how we get there and even what our service is wasn't always backed by the best rate, the best circumstances, or the most respect. So I just don't want people to think, hello.
Community theater.
No, literally. And like you had said, like one day I'm here and the next day I'm here. Like it is a sliding scale of success. And I think just the fact that we're working is a blessing because many people just can't even kick that door down. And that's great. I wanted to wrap up on one last note for you because we will go on to, again, I knew this was going to happen. I was like, the second I sit with this woman, I'm never going to be able to shut my mouth because it's literally just like talking to my mouth. I love it. But have you ever experienced in booking, simply because of your age, you being a Black woman in this industry is another whole even gamut of, I'm sure, different experiences and biases and just a whole gamut of stuff in your hiring process compared to mine. And that's just being real. I love when people are like, what are you talking about? It happens still. It happens all the time still. You have to work 10 times harder than I do, I feel like, to get in certain things.
Like I said, my mom has taught me that since I was a kid. You're a young Black woman. And it's the talk.
Yeah.
that most black kids have.
Yeah, to prepare you for
this
is what life is going to look like for you. Yeah,
exactly.
I know.
And it's a shame that you have to have it because
it's just I know.
You know what I mean? But my mom always told me, whatever you do, you're going to have to do it 100 times better than someone else who is not
to get noticed.
Yes, just to get noticed, who's not of color.
Yeah.
And I have to say, in this industry, sometimes that is. And
right, not always. I'm not going to throw everything under the bus.
Exactly.
But
because
it's
a lot
of
times it's just the clique. I'm going to hire who my clique is.
Right. Regardless of race, it's people keep their people real close.
But I must say, I have a problem with and I don't even know how many black people are in the union.
I don't know in the union, but I could tell you on Broadway, I could count on almost one hand.
Exactly. That's what hurts
men
me.
and women alike.
And okay, so
in our industry, I'm not speaking wardrobe. I'm purely
Yes.
speaking right now because we're hair and makeup, because I can't speak for anything else.
I get kind of upset because when I was trying to pass out my resume on Broadway to, get these days for the union,
yes,
I kept getting asked if I was in the union.
Never did I ever. Maybe once, but it wasn't like
and
a
when
criteria.
I would say no, then they would be like, oh, well, we can't hire you because you have to be union to work these jobs.
That is a lie.
And exactly. I'm not saying I again.
We can say it.
You
racist.
Can't,
no,
you can't say you. Well, I felt that way.
I'm sure you did.
I felt like going around passing out my resume was.
Especially when you're hearing me being like, Mo, go do that. And I've done it. And it was like, I got responses or emails. They look at my resume. I'd at least get the email back.
Exactly. And we started at the same time. And,
there was no difference.
Constant. For me, it was just constant like, oh, you're not in the union. That's
why we can't hire you.
Exactly.
It's not anything else. It's just you're just on the union, which
because
is hilarious.
My resume was loaded with skills.
Right. I mean, and especially hair. Like, now don't even play me on what I need to do.
Wigs, weaves, hair, whatever it was. My resume speaks for itself.
Right.
So I was kind of thrown back with that. And then now I'm in the union.
Yes.
And I know, again, it's the clique. I'm going to hire who I know to run the Broadway show.
And I experienced that as well. That's heavy. People just recycle.
But with me, I don't get how Broadway has how many ethnic shows out.
Yeah, with hairstyles that are, let's be real. And are they employed by, I think that all the time.
And how many hair or makeup artists in the room represent the actual actors?
No. It is, and I can attest to it being a white woman in the industry and doing it, and I've been on many all-black cast shows.
Exactly.
And I'm the supervisor. And I can tell you, depending on the cast, and I'm lucky I have the makeup, I don't have to think twice. I don't have to blink an eye to be like, I got you, no stress. Whatever it may be. Even if it's a bald cap, special effects, I don't have to think about it.
And with that, but once on this island, a lot of them were like, we want Rachel.
Which was good later. We talk about that a lot here because even for me,
and a lot of them still call you, right?
Still call me, 100%. But it's crazy but I still do have to get through that door of trust. Yeah. Because I will get the up and down and being like, she's gonna do my makeup. Does she even? Which I can't. I will never ever my whole career ever blame a black woman or male or any minority at that rate as far as just not being white and the norm of beauty and what the standard is of bullshit, that it is moving in a beautiful way past it. Yeah. And I hope so, but I will never blame somebody for sitting in my chair of color to go and question me. I'd never take it offensively. I'm never like, excuse you. Of course never. Because you have clearly been in, and I know many people still to this day that are in circumstances where they sit with an artist and they get played. They look like an idiot. They don't get color matched properly. They don't have the right foundation. It happens all the time.
And the same with their hair. Like,
and they look
someone
silly.
Shows up to set with hair like this.
And they're like, you look good.
Exactly.
They don't touch you.
They don't touch you.
They're like, yeah, that's about.
And a lot of black women are like, don't touch me.
A lot of people, right?
You know what I mean? And it's like, they're like, oh, she didn't want me to touch her. Well, the thing is that when I went to beauty school, I wasn't taught how to do black hair in beauty school.
It doesn't. Well,
and I went to a black beauty school.
Really? Wow.
We were taught how to lay relaxers. We were taught how to do blunt cuts, things like that.
Oh shit. Okay.
Being taught how to do black hair was really 2-3 days, maybe a week.
Oh my God, we had the same in my makeup class.
And
2 days.
Exactly. And for me, I have a problem with that.
Why? Because they purely thought, you think it came from your clients are, especially your paying clients, are not going to be of color. They're going to be X, Y, and Z. Like, where does that come from?
I just feel like, with me, I just kind of feel like in this industry for a long time, there weren't a lot of black actors. You had, usually
as far as leading, sure. Yes.
Leading ladies.
Yeah.
It's so like, you get in where you fit it. This is who's going to do your hair, and that's it. You know what I mean? They didn't have a voice in it, in the matter. And I've had people, you know, a lot of actors talk to me, I'm so happy that you're here. Or I feel comfortable. I know that you can do my hair. I know that you can give me advice on my hair.
Right.
And my thing is, it's sad when I show up as a swing or a day player, and I got on set.
They're relieved, like as
and
if they've been deprived.
Exactly.
Like, oh shit.
And they're asking me all these questions, like, what should I use in my hair? How should I do this? And I hear horror stories that, you know, they're there, and they ask the hair person for a comb, and the person is like, what kind of comb do you use in your hair?
And then they always, the actor, we had my friend Tiffany Mann on, and same thing. They have to become the educators, the helpers, the whatever.
Exactly.
And I'm like, that's not even their job.
And for me,
you are educated in all of this.
If you have a show that has predominantly African-American people, or, you know, people of color,
are you a big believer in that? Like, let's say the whole cast is African-American, hairstyles are, it could be whether it be wigs or wearing it natural or whatever we're going to do, the whole gamut. But again, the education has to be there from top to bottom, hair and makeup. Do you believe that hair and makeup crew should be that?
I'm saying this. I'm saying, before you hire someone to do that job, make sure that they can do it.
Yes.
And my experience,
and this is not just do you know how to, because people can say yes,
exactly,
and that doesn't necessarily
that's where a portfolio comes in.
Right. I need
that's
proof.
where it shows where you're supposed to look at their references and ask questions.
Yes.
But I've come into the industry, and I've always been asked for a reference, or I've been asked to see my portfolio,
barely,
you know, and it makes me mad when I go somewhere and these black actors are asking me, like, what can I use in my hair? Da 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 da. Oh, this product's da 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 da. And I'm giving them advice on things that should come from the hair supervisor.
Right.
Or I've been called to shows and asked, could you tell me, could you come in, show me the products and stuff I'm supposed to use?
Come in and do my job for me, but not get the credit and not get the
You're
pay.
not going to get
Just
the credit.
help me
You're not going to get the
so
pay.
I can keep making this coin.
Exactly. And we're not going to use you as an assistant, or we're not going to use you as a hair supervisor.
Dare employ you. Yeah.
But we need you to come.
More like equipped for the job.
And don't get me wrong, I have done it.
Yeah. No, I know.
I've done it because I need these credits to get in the union, or I need to
And you just want to help people, period.
Exactly.
And I know you. You're not that bougie to be a bitch to be like, fuck you.
If I see your hair falling out, and you're coming to me and you're saying, listen, these people's hair is falling out, what can we do to stop it?
You're not going to be like, figure it out.
Exactly.
No, you're not.
That's not my person. But I felt like when I finally had enough.
Yeah.
When I finally had enough, no, I'm not available to do that. Here's my resume. When you need a hair supervisor, or you need an assistant.
Just making sure this is going. So, okay, good. Yeah.
Please call me.
Yeah.
Because I would love to do the job.
Yes, 100%.
And again, don't call me with, oh, we're going to pay you minimal, because I'm not going to work minimal.
Right.
I'm going to be there doing not just what you expect a regular hair supervisor to do by just pinning on wigs and styling of the wigs. You're going to want me to talk to the actors about their prep. Right. You're going to want me to talk to the actors about what they should put in their hair. Yeah. You're going to want me to make sure that the stuff is there to be equipped for them to have not balding sides and their hair is healthy and their hair is not dry and brittle, and you don't have these complaints coming in from these actors about their hair. So don't just call me in to solve the problem and then not pay me.
And that's also like for me, and I don't have this answer, and I don't know if you're getting taken advantage of in that situation because you just have that knowledge and then you happen to be black, or they're stepping over you and using you and just being because there is a little bit of systematic shit in there with racism, being like, well, you know, shoot, because they're looking at you less than, like, give me the knowledge. I mean, that's happened in our history always taking the credit from really the people that have paved ways or done the fucking actual hard work and the knowledge and the education, but the white males or whomever is taking the credit and wearing it proudly and then not giving credit where credit is due, or employing. I always think about that for myself. For me, when I'm in those positions of power and I get thrown that job, maybe because they're just like, well, we've worked with Rachel, she's lovely, she'll probably know what she's doing, yada, yada. And then I have to then also take the responsibility to be honest and not just be a yes man to every job that comes over my desk and say yes, 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 because I want to get paid and I want the credits and da, 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 da. I need to be honest and put either my friends up, you, or whomever that is equipped for that job, period.
Exactly.
And be authentic to that.
And that's all that I'm asking for. That's all that I ever, like.
Yes. So as much as we can be like, ew, casting, ew, producers, ew, whatever, for hiring, take the people have the power. I'm a very big believer in that. Actors have power. We have power. Start using it. And I understand that we are also disposable at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
But then that wasn't meant for you.
Exactly.
And at least the more that it keeps becoming and people putting their foot down, hopefully it creates some sort of fucking traction to then, not keep having those actors be put in the vulnerable situations, because that, and I'm keeping it black and white, and it's not necessarily that. I'm not saying that every white person that ever has come across an African American doesn't know how to do their hair or makeup.
I'm not saying
that is not a fact saying
at all. What I'm saying,
but it has also happened, and that's where it's coming to fault.
And it's just, for me, like, I'm a hairstylist.
No,
my mother did hair.
Yes,
she wasn't licensed, but you know, she did my hair. My grandmother was licensed. My grandfather was a barber.
Yeah,
my uncle was a barber. So I mean, of course, they had other jobs because, again, like me, you know,
keep it going.
If you get fired from this job, you can come on in and I'll cut your hair so you can go on your interview.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And there was a way of making another income
in
case something did happen.
Yes.
Because again, you know, back then, we had unions, but you know, it wasn't so safe for black people back then either to keep their jobs or not get fired or whatever.
Yeah.
So my family always had that backup. Like, okay, I got fired from the bank. Oh, guess what? I can cut hair. Come in, I'll cut your hair.
Yes.
Da, da, da. And, you know, just a way to make, you know, extra money. So I'm very well diverse. I'm trained in black hair.
And
it's in my family.
Be you and your story, but there is also probably, and I've met them, and not a hairstylist yet, because again, if I have not yet, and maybe I will, I have not yet met a African American hairstylist that isn't educated and has the knowledge. They're not just like, I don't know how to work with black hair, them being black. That being said, I have met black actresses where they've been told, do your hair natural or keep up with it, and they're like, I mean, even we know somebody mutual where, yes, they're black, but that doesn't necessarily mean they know how to take care of their hair or how to, like, keep it natural and wear it for growth. They don't know how to, and they weren't taught that. Maybe they didn't have a mom that had all those skills or said, this is how you're going to care for your natural hair or do this and that, or how to maintain it and do all these things, or put on a wig properly, whatever that comes in the gamut of that.
Like you said, nowadays you have people who have two daddies.
Right.
You have people who have two moms that may not be,
are adopted, or anything.
So you're asking this person to do their hair, and they're like, I don't know how to do my own hair.
I wasn't taught that.
Exactly.
And it's weirdly expected, especially from, mind you, not on white women's ends. There's always a hairstylist or somebody blowing her out or doing something. It's not like, can you just throw in can you just blow your own hair out? Can you just do, no. They're usually getting the vanities and the full gamut of shit. Unless that actress is very self-sufficient and is like, I got it, and also, no, I do my shit this way.
And a lot of them have become that way because of the fact. But again, is it fair for you to then, because they have this texture hair, say, fair. You do your hair, but we'll pay to get your hair done?
Right.
We have products for your hair, but we don't even know what you use.
Right. Right.
You know, if they ask for whatever, you're like, well, how much does that cost? Because I don't even know.
Right.
what that product is.
We're not going to go out of our way to employ somebody to help you. We'll just figure out a way to, just do the lather. We'll send you out to a salon.
We'll do the bare minimum for you.
Right. Because that's different, and that's going to take a lot more legwork and understanding.
Exactly.
And I'm going to have to figure out my own education on shit and
Exactly.
start asking myself
and for
questions.
me, if you're a hairstylist, if you're a makeup artist, you should
have the whole thing in your
kit.
Yeah,
you should know how to do Asian hair.
Everything.
Because that's another thing. Like, people are like, well, their hair doesn't curl.
Well,
figure something out.
Right, so dense. They're like, what do I do with this?
Figure something out.
Yeah.
You might have to put a perm rod in it, or you might have to do something to their hair to make it conform to that if they need their hair curled.
Yeah, no.
Just play with things.
Again,
and that's all
hard work, more education, giving more of a shit, broadening your horizons about your clients and kit, giving a little bit more of a shit about your job and the people sitting in your chair than people have.
Exactly.
You have persevered time and time again.
Thank you.
You have made it here. To me, and being 46, you literally already just have so many more doors to kick down, to explore spaces, to take over, to head, to keep, just so many wonderful things that are still coming. And I've already seen them come up in your life.
Thank you.
It's only the beginning.
With you too, love.
Well, hopefully we're doing it together, which will be even better. Thank you for sitting with me.
You.
I appreciate you.
I love
Yay! Wrap it up. We're going to tag her on the bottom. She is on Instagram. We will tag Miss Monique, and anything else that we want to plug for you, it will all be below. So subscribe, like it, check it out.
Like it.
And stay tuned for the next episode. Bye, everybody. Bye. You nailed Monique Rance.